You are smart. Make us strong. Why would I want to make you strong? If I make you strong, you're only going to make more levels into this episode. And Jesus Christ, I'm so tired of this episode already. Except from the last level, which has been actually fun, the rest of it has really been a huge step downward. Over and over again until there's like a huge slope from which you'll never be able to escape. And yeah, for the record, this level has regular enemies, but nah, don't worry, there's still gonna be something like 90% of monks yet again. At first, this level gives you some glimpse of hope, thinking, hey, you might fight normal enemies and this might be a fun level. And yeah, by the way, there's absolutely nothing down this hallway of spin blades, which is incredibly dangerous. But yeah, this level is such a lying bastard because it promises the holy grail by making you fight regular enemies more than any level into this episode, but it's also pretty much a huge waste once again. In fact, I'd say this is one of the worst levels into the episode, even though that it tricked you by making it so that there's awesome music playing right now, but that's just the rules because this level is... Well, it wouldn't be too bad if it wasn't for one of the secrets and also the fact that missile weapons are so sparse into this level. Basically, it's a good thing that I brought a dark staff because otherwise I'm never gonna have the ammo required to kill all of those enemies, and you have to kill all of those enemies if you want a dark staff. And the dark staff is really the most wonderful commodity you'll have into this whole level. You gotta treasure it. So anyway, this is episode 4, area 7, the Lair of El Oscuro. That's Latin for the dark, or l'obscur if you want to be French for some really weird reason. Normally, since this is the 7th level of the episode... Oh, that lightning card just got his comeuppance for shooting down a guy with a missile earlier into this LP. Oh, those monks are not that bad after all. Maybe eventually I like him. I like him in a sandwich, thank you very much. So normally, this will be the boss level, you will say, but ho ho ho, this episode has a twist. Instead, it has more levels than any of the other episodes, so let's see what it's gonna be about. Wow, that's the biggest elevator ever. In fact, that's not an elevator, it's an elevator of sliding death. Although since the hit detection on moving walls is a little bit spotty at moments into this game, most of the time the wall will not even kill you, so yeah, it's a neat idea for a trap, but unfortunately it doesn't work all that well. Oh, and by the way, even though this level is not too long, this is a level that's gonna make you backtrack a whole lot. And that goes double if you decide to go for one of the secrets into the level. And believe it or not, I'm gonna talk about it whenever we'll get to it, but yeah, this secret is pretty much the most traumatizing aspect of this level. Instead, let's just feed you as many monks as you can until you eventually die from indigestion. Yeah, when I was telling that the dark staff was useful, short to having a flame wall, the dark staff is your best bet into this whole episode, as well than level, but yeah, you don't really get a whole lot of them, so enjoy them while you can. Yeah, most of the time, whenever you get to this place, you usually have no missile ammo at all, so thankfully I've been really lucky to save on the dark staff ammo, considering that most of the time, in order to get a dark staff into this level, you have to use all of your dark staff ammo. Or sometimes the monks can just incinerate themselves. So, here we go. Normally, we will be able to exit the level with this key, holy shit, that was pretty close. I'm really not sure how I didn't get hit here, but I'll take it, I'll take it. Also, let's meet the most well-guarded secret ever. Just look at how many pits that there are there. There's something like, well, at least 8 or 9 of them. Yeah, that looks so pretty. It's a pretty mausoleum. So here it is. It's the really awful secret that I was talking about. When we entered the elevator, the time was about 4 minutes 30 into the playthrough. So once we'll be out of here, we're gonna see how time will advance. Because the incoming secret area is about as big as the normal level itself. So you gotta go there at your own risk and perils. And it's even more worthless considering that the payoff is not even worth it. Oh boy, it isn't. Not to mention that this place is pretty dangerous, and also going into this section of the level also made it so that I crashed my game twice doing so. So once again, it's like they decided to make it so that this secret will be as least accessible as possible. Not to mention that it has a whole bunch of traps, there's a whole bunch of power downs. Well, a whole bunch of power down mean that there's one elasto mode at the beginning of this room, which really isn't an issue, considering that I was bouncing around in slow motion. Obviously enough, any secret that will make you fight a whole lot of monks is really fun. Yes, shooting enemies for 5 seconds at a time is great, especially when they don't offer any kind of opposition. The monks are the best enemies that ever happened into this game. Don't you agree with what I said? Yeah, I've officially lost it. I really don't have anything to say about this fucking episode anymore. Not only it's bad, but it almost retroactively ruins the entire game. Even though it's like one episode out of many, and honestly, in my opinion, Rise of the Triad has always been about episode 1 and 2. Oh yeah, I really forgot to mention, in this level you have to backtrack a lot for your missile weapons. Isn't this fun? It's really awesome. But yeah, even though, well, in my opinion, Rise of the Triad is all about episode 1 and 2, which I believe was the best set of levels that were offered into the retail game, next to the shower episode. But hey, then again, you don't pay for the shower episode unless you're gullible enough. Honestly, I never really understood why some people were like, oh, I played the shower episode, but I gave up like 2 levels into the retail game. Ugh. No, I really don't understand, because, okay, the retail game is obviously not on par with the shareware, but it's still a pretty good game. Episode 3 was kinda disposable, considering that it was not really as unique or as interesting. Well, nah, I'm not gonna say unique, because level design into this game is generally done all by numbers. It's basically just, hey, we're gonna place random blocks there and see what kind of shapes we're gonna end up in. Basically, the level design into this game is just like some sort of abstract art painting or something. We're gonna put a whole bunch of random blocks in here, gonna see what it gives. Oh boy. Somebody in the thread asked me how much I thought that there were good levels made into the game, and honestly, I'd say there's something like 5 or 6 in all. And yeah, by the way, that's all that you're doing the secret for. Life items as well, then well, an asbestos armor that's probably gonna run out by the time that you get back, and a fire bomb. So, whoo! Wasn't that worth 4 minutes of your time? That was the best secret ever. It was as long as the normal level is, and you still have to backtrack through